Hey guys, assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my videos. In this video, I'm going to talk about contractions in English. As you all know that contractions are best of two types, formal contractions and informal contractions. But today, in this video particularly, I'm going to talk about 15 most commonly used informal contractions in English and which are going to make your conversation more casual, fluent like the natives. This informal contractions are short forms that people use to make their conversation more casual. They just make our conversation sound like the natives and it has a natural flow, because we don't speak English the way it is written in books. We speak it more, the spoken English must have a fluent, a natural flow, right? And English is just a language full of expressions. So it's just, we need to learn them to understand the natives and to sound like them. So let's get started with the 15 informal contractions. So the first one is ain't. Ain't refers to am not, is not, are not. For an example, we can say, she ain't hungry. Instead of saying that she is not hungry, you see, you're combining this is and not together and you're pronouncing it as ain't. She ain't hungry. And this ain't also can be used instead of has not and have not. For an example, he hasn't done it yet. Instead of saying that, he hasn't done it yet or has not done it yet, you can say he ain't done it yet. So you see, it just makes your conversation more natural and faster than before, right? He ain't done it yet. Instead of saying he hasn't done it yet. You see the natural flow of it? Let's move on to the next one. The next one is wanna. So wanna basically refers to want to or want a. So want to or want a, wanna. Let me give you examples and it will be easier. So examples, the first one is I want to go for a walk. So in this wanna refers to want to. So instead of want to, you are using wanna. I want to go for a walk. Instead of saying that, you are saying I want to go for a walk. You see, it just makes more faster than before. And I want to go for a walk. Here, want to, remember. And the next example is I want a chocolate. I want a phone. So here, this wanna means that want a. I want a chocolate, all right? The third one is watcha. W-A-T-C-H-A. Watcha. Watcha also refers to two phrases. The first one is what have you? And the second one is what are you? So let me give you both of the examples. The first one is what you got there. So the elaboration of it will be what have you got there. Instead of saying what have you got there, you are using what you got there because you can replace this what have you. Instead of, you just can replace this by using this watcha. So what you got there and what have you got there means the same. The next example is what you doing. So what you doing means what are you doing. So you see that you can also use this watcha instead of what are you. So what you got there, what have you got there, and what you doing. You're just questioning. What you doing? What are you doing? So here, what are you and what have you? Instead of this, both of them, you can use watcha. So the fourth one is kinda. Kinda refers to kind of. So instead of kind of, you are using kinda. For example, the sum is kind of difficult to solve. I have to try it several times. And yeah, instead of this kinda, instead of this kind of, this sum is kind of difficult to solve. Instead of this kind of, you're just using kinda. This sum is kind of difficult to solve. All right, let's move on to the fifth one. So the fifth one is sorta. Sorta refers to sort of. So it's kind of similar to the previous one. Kind of, kinda. And sort of, sorta, right? It's kind of similar. And for an example, instead of saying sort of, remember, For an example, I didn't know you liked that sort of thing. So instead of saying, I didn't know you liked that sort of thing, you see, you're just emphasizing each and every word. Instead of saying that, you're using the informal contractions called sorta. I didn't know you liked that sort of thing. You see, it's more casual and easy. Alright, the sixth one is outa. I guess some of you know this because just I also use it a lot. Like outa. Outa refers to out of. So, for an example, I'm out of time. Where's the time? I'm out of time. I mean, I'm out of time. There's no time to waste. I'm just out of time. So instead of saying out of, you are using outa. I'm out of time. Alright? So the seventh one is a lotta. A-L-O-T-T-A. A lotta. A lotta refers to a lot of. You see, instead of saying this whole phrase, a lot of, you are combining these words together. You are just pronouncing a lotta. Simply, just pronouncing with after me. A lotta. A lotta. Alright, for an example, it's a bad habit, but I'm just gonna say, I'm not a big fan of chocolates, but I'm just gonna say it. I eat a lot of chocolate. I eat a lot of chocolate. Refers to that. I eat a lot of chocolate. 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 Just repeat up to me. It will be easy for you to pronounce. I eat a lot of chocolate. Instead of saying I eat a lot of chocolate, you're just saying I eat a lot of chocolate, or whatever you eat much, you just say it. I eat a lot of that, or whatever you eat too much. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one is, I guess the eighth one is lorsa. Lorsa means lots of. So instead of saying lots of, you were using lorsa. For an example, you have lots of nerve to say that. So here nerve refers to guts. So you've got lots of guts to say that. So lots of guts to say that, or lots of nerves to say that. You were like pretty much brave. You just protested to something. So here, instead of saying lots of, you were saying only lorsa. You have lots of nerve to say that, right? The next one is mucha. M-U-C-H-A. Instead of saying much of, you were using mucha, alright? Repeat after me. Mucha. For an example, it's not much a surprise, is it? So it's not much of a surprise, is it? Instead of saying much of, you're using mucha. It's not much a surprise, is it? Just questioning. Is it a surprise? Alright, let's move to the next one. The next one is Kappa. So C-U-P-P-A. This informal contractions might be new to you, but it's one of my favorites. Because Kappa means, it's also a British slang, kind of. And this refers to that cup of tea. So Kappa means cup of tea. For an example, where's my cuppa? Would you like a cuppa? You know what? I really need a cuppa right now. So cuppa refers to a cup of tea. Would you like a cup of tea instead of saying that? Would you like a cuppa? Yeah, it's also kind of smart to use it. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next one, the 11th one is dunno. Dunno means, refers to I don't know. You see, just instead of saying the whole phrase I don't know, you're just using dunno. So for an example, I don't know anything about this case. I just don't know about this case and don't know. Just instead of saying I don't know, you're just saying don't know. I don't know about this at all. I don't know about this. Just speak a little bit faster. Just using don't know. Don't use I don't know. It's kind of a big sentence, so you were just using don't know. I don't know. All right. The 12th one is lemme. L-E-M-M-E. Lemme. Lemme refers to let me. Have you ever imagined that? Let me. You can also use lemme instead of that. So it's kind of, fun to use it. Lemme. For an example, let me help you. Instead of saying let me help you, you were just saying let me help you. So that's it. Let me help you. Gimme. G-I-M-M-I E, or you can also say G-I-M-M-E, whatever. So you're just saying gimme. Gimme refers to give me. Instead of saying give me, you were just saying gimme. It also sounds like a name, right? Gimme. All right. So for an example, give me the pen, or give me that. Just instead of saying give me, wherever you were using give me, you just replace it by gimme. All right. So give me that pen, or give me the pencil, etc. The next one is tell him. Tell him. T-E-L-L apostrophe E-M. Tell him. Tell him means tell them. Just pronounce after me, alright? It will be easier for you. Or pause the video and keep practicing. So that's the way you can do it, right? Tell him. Tell him refers to tell them. For an example, you should tell them the truth. So instead of saying you should tell them the truth, you are just using you should tell them the truth. It's better for you. You should tell them the truth, not tell them. Alright? Tell them. Tell him. Just pronounce after me. Alright. So that was the 14th one, and I've got one more, which is the 15th one. So the 15th one, the last but not the least. In this video, I'm going to talk about it as the last one, but I told you that there are many of them. But they are just, these 15 are the most commonly used, which are going to help you. So as beginners, you know what I'm talking about. They are really very helpful. So that this 15th one is cause. It has got two spellings. One is C-O-Z and another one is C-U-Z. Since this cause refers to because. So instead of saying because, you were just saying cause. For an example, I was late because I missed the bus, or there was traffic. So instead of saying that because that I just told, you're just gonna say cause. I was late because I was out of time and I just missed the bus. You see, out of time. I told you before it was probably which one? It was probably the 6th one. Out of. So that was the video about 15 most commonly used informal contractions in English. Hope you liked it, because you know I really struggled when I was watching. I'm just sharing a moment with you guys. I hope that you also faced the same problem as what I faced before. Like, I was watching a movie with the subtitles and I was like, I didn't actually get the way they're conversing with each other, the characters. I was super confused. What is happening? I'm not understanding them. And later, I just figured that they were talking by using English contractions, which triggered me. Like, I don't know about these contractions, and if I don't know, then I'm not gonna just really understand them. Then I learned it, and I again watched that. I can understand them. That's kind of like I was over the moon for, like, I can understand now English movies. Like, they are using the tones, they are speaking naturally. They're just I don't know it happened with you or not, but these contractions really helped me to improve my English and take it in a better level. So hope you liked this video, and yeah, if you like, then do like, comment and share, whatever you, and yeah, see ya. Till then, another video comes. Keep safe and take care. Bye. Bye-bye.